Well, guys, somehow it got worse. The whole situation surrounding SSSniperWolf and Jack's films that I kind of thought had reached its maximum level of badness has somehow managed to get even worse. Now, I'm going to assume that if you clicked on this video, you kind of already know what's going on. If you didn't hear it from me, I'm sure you've heard it from one of hundreds of other videos, or you just read about it on Twitter. But if you've somehow managed to come across this video and you have no idea what the title is referring to, maybe you don't even know who SSniperWolf is, I will give you a very condensed quick rundown. So basically, SSniperWolf is a YouTube OG. She has over 30 million subscribers, and she's been on the platform for a very long time. She's been popular and relevant for at least a decade at this point. And while she was once a gaming YouTuber for the last few years, her content has kind of devolved to nothing but very low-effort reaction videos. Now Jax Films, another YouTube OG, caught on to this, and for about a year at this point, he's been criticizing her videos for being low effort and not containing credit for the videos she's reacting to. Well, this Friday, SSniperWolf decided that she had had enough of this very fair criticism, and she showed up to Jack's Films' home unannounced and, uninvited, recorded a video of it from the outside, and then posted it onto her Instagram story with a caption of "Let's talk like adults" killing two birds with one stone. Threatening Jack's Films and his family and dogs took him to her Instagram account of 5.6 million followers. This has sent the internet into an uproar, a very reasonable one. One of YouTube's biggest and most recognizable content creators has doxed another one of YouTube's most recognizable content creators because she didn't like what he was saying about her, and so far nothing has been done. This all went down on Friday the 13th. I'm recording this on Tuesday the 17th, and so far, there has been no action taken or even a statement by YouTube. Now, in my last video, I said I was going to give YouTube the benefit of the doubt because it was still the weekend. In a situation like this is going to be handled by some of the bigger players at YouTube. I mean, like her or not, SSniperWolf is probably like a top 10 most recognizable YouTuber of all time. This is going to be a massive decision for YouTube. This is like banning a Mr. Beast, a PewDiePie. These people are the face of YouTube. They are the brand. However, we are now almost halfway through the work week and nothing has even been said. There's really been no acknowledgement about this happening, so we're starting to get into territory where it's getting a little worrisome. Doxing is not allowed per the YouTube community guidelines, and it's beginning to seem more and more likely that SSniperWolf might end up getting a pass because she is such a big name on YouTube. I'm gonna give it to the end of the work week before I feel like anything's really definitive, but so far, it's not looking great. Now, YouTube's silence and their lack of action is definitely part of what is making this situation worse. But that's not really the main focus of what the title of this video is referring to. With YouTube being kind of slow to act here, the internet archaeologists have come out and they have begun to dig one to kind of nudge YouTube along, saying like, hey, stuff like this has happened before. Let's get to moving and to dunk more on SSniperWolf because hey, who doesn't enjoy that right now? What kind sparked this deep digging? Besides, the whole doxing event obviously was a particular video of SSniperWolf on Omegle resurfacing. Now, I'm sure many of you already know the video I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be showing it because it's just something I don't really feel comfortable memorializing on my channel. So, sorry, I guess it's not the video in the background. This is just a random SSniperWolf Omegle video I found. There's probably something messed up in this one if you looked hard enough, but it's not the one we're talking about. If you don't know what Omegle is, Basically, it's this older website for video chatting where you match with random strangers. And in the video that everybody's talking about right now, SSSniperWolf matched with what appears to be two teenage boys. This was back in 2014, which would put SSSniperWolf at either 21 or 22 years old when this video came out. And during this interaction, she asks these guys to twerk for her. I'm not joking. And in exchange, she says she will show them her breasts. Since this video has started to circulate on Twitter, SSSniperWolf deleted it from her channel. But for the last 9 years, it has been on YouTube, monetized and in good standing. 9 years now, I've been gauging the reactions of people to this video on the internet. And so far, it seems like most people are on team. This is disgusting. How did this fly? But also, unfortunately, a lot of people are just kind of glossing over this happening. You guys know I don't really bring politics onto this channel. I'm not really that kind of guy. I like to keep it lighthearted on this channel, but I feel like this situation calls for it. I feel like there is one very obvious reason why this is being looked over and kind of being pushed to the side. And that is because SSSniperWolf is a conventionally attractive woman. If a man did this even in 2014, when the internet was kind of a more lawless place, more things flew. Not a chance he would retain a following. He would probably be reported to law enforcement, and rightfully so. This is a terrible thing for anybody to do, and that's why it's so dangerous that people didn't really care when SSSniperWolf did it. Please don't start a war in the comments. I'm not trying to get into a man versus woman thing. You guys know that I am not that type of person, but I feel like in this situation, bringing this up is important because we can still see this happening with the whole doxing situation. People are like, really, dude? Are you afraid of a woman coming to your house? This kind of thinking is why crimes against men are never taken seriously. This mindset that crimes against men are not valid unless it's something like getting shot by another man. No, if Jack's film showed up to SSSniperWolf's house at night and recorded her house and then posted it onto the internet with a vague threat, he would be sitting in a jail cell that night. What is SSSniperWolf doing? Still uploading to YouTube and making millions of dollars, threatening people? Doxing people is showing up to people's houses and behaving this way around children. It is unacceptable. No matter who or what you are, that is a non-negotiable. There's no room for nuance there whatsoever. If you defend this kind of behavior because of the kind of person doing it, you are a sick-minded individual and you need help. There's a ton of other things people have pulled on SSSniperWolf, like her being racist, making fun of people for having cosmetic surgery, or wearing makeup when, you know, come on, and the list goes on and on. But honestly, I don't even think that list should be relevant right now. A person can have the cleanest record of all. Maybe they've never done anything wrong in their life. If they then decide to go in dark, somebody that should be enough to be removed from YouTube. It's sad and it's disheartening that it feels like we have to pile on all this evidence for YouTube to do anything. Doxing a person showing up to their house unannounced, threatening them. That should be enough. We shouldn't have to dig through the stuff that YouTube missed themselves to make a more compelling argument. I'm not saying anybody that is reported for anything should be instantly banned by YouTube. I feel like YouTube does need to do their due diligence here. They need to make sure everything that's being said is true. But communicate. Say you're looking into it. Don't just leave everybody in the dark. You've got people questioning whether or not they're even safe to criticize people on this website anymore because there's been no action taken here. Just give us something. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? What do you think is going to be the outcome? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today.